So race day reflection. How did my triathlon go after 4 years?
Good morning, welcome back to the Agegroup Multisport Podcast YouTube channel with me, Richard. It's race day and we've got the van all packed, bikes in, helmets in, bags in. Just waiting for Mrs. C now to get her stuff together and then we're off, and it's 20 to 7. It takes about 45 minutes to get over there. Give us plenty of time to get to registration and get transition set up. Race time is 9:03. That's what time I'm getting into the pool. So loads of time. The weather's going to be really good. If not, I think it's 14 mile an hour winds and about 17 degrees. So that's pretty good. So yeah, we're all set. Got our breakfast in the van already. We've got some porridge and honey to eat when we get there. We got a cup of coffee for on the way. And that's it. So just wait for Betty and Kissy C, and then we're away. So we shall see you on the other side. So we're here in transition, all racked up. Number 41. That's run in from the swim, and then over in that corner is bike out over that side, and then run out's just directly behind me. And that's it, we're all set. Keep it simple, gonna have a bit of breakfast now. It's windier than I thought, so this morning I had changed my 808s to the front, but then I've took it back off again because it's quite breezy, so I put my 404 back on. Stay safe. Right, I'm gonna go and get some breakfast.
Welcome back to the Agegroup Multisport Podcast YouTube channel with me, Richard. So yeah, yesterday was the culmination of maybe 2 months of training back in the pool for this grassroots triathlon over in Brigg, about 45 minutes away from us. First did this triathlon back in 2013. They've been running it since 2008. Mrs. C's done it since then. So I can compare last time's times versus yesterday's times, which will be an interesting look. So how did it go yesterday? Well, as you saw from the video, we got there and there's about 120 participants. Very low key, very grassroots. It's put on by Link Squad Club themselves. No event organiser, it's the club that themselves do it. And like I said, they've been doing it since 2008. Few changes since I did it last time. Run route was different, and the bike route was slightly shorter. A few concerns by the supporters that we will go into as well. I didn't have any concerns myself while I was racing, so that was good. So the swim, I was starting at 9:03 and literally got into, there's like a cafe next to the pool, got into the cafe, got into the pool, and before you knew it, we were designated a lane and he said get in straight away, and we had about 5 seconds, we were off. Didn't have any time to think about anything, didn't have any time to think about being nervous or anxious or anything like that. We just got in and got on with it. Which was good. So started off, the stroke felt really, really good, felt quite smooth. The mantra I was using was, I was counting, so I counted each length, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, exactly. And that worked. I got to count to 16, no problem. Did the correct number of lengths, and that's always a bonus. My technique did sort of suffer towards the end as I was getting tired, and that was also underlined by the guys who were watching me out through the window, basically. Mrs. C and Jerry and Michelle Moss were watching from outside. They've got a big glass window that spectators can watch They were outside because Mrs. C had Betty and couldn't take dogs inside, obviously. So they were outside, and they mentioned that my technique did get a lot worse as I got like more tired. So, which completely agree, because it felt that way as well. However, got the swim done. I was quite happy with it, how it went. I actually overtook 2 people, which is like unheard of, and I never got overtaken, so I was quite happy with that. Got out, and there was no chip mat straight out of the pool. You basically had to get into transition, get your bike, and then as you were running out with your bike out of T1, you went over a timing mat then, and then you got your swim time. So the swim time was actually 9 minutes something or other. I've since looked on my Garmin and broke it down into the lengths. You can actually see where you turn, and I looked at the 16th length, and the time that I was given on that length was 8 minutes and 8 seconds. I'm not sure how accurate that was, but I was really happy with that. 8 minutes 8 seconds actually in the water doing 400 metres for me at this moment in time. I was really happy. I think that's probably the fastest that I've done, and I've done a few time trials previously in training for this. So I'd often put a 400 metre time trial just to see where I was at and see the progression. So 8 minutes and 8 seconds, I was really happy with that. Going through T1, it was quite a run down into T1, which was like a 5-a-side court. 38 seconds, I think, for my first transition. Getting the bike, getting the helmet, and getting out and getting on the bike. Yeah, about 30, I think it was about 38 seconds for T1. So I was quite happy with that. Again, I'd been practicing those, done a few practices a few times over the last few weeks, and that's obviously paid off. It's quite slick. Then onto the bike, and I had again practiced the distance of 18 kilometres on the TT bike several times, and I was getting around about 33 minutes, and that's where I was at.
Richard.
And sure enough, the bike was it was flat-ish. It was a bit undulating, but no, I mean, you wouldn't call them even hills. It was just it was mainly flat. It was an out and back, so you got to a roundabout and then you turned and came all the way back again to another roundabout and then turned and then into the leisure centre. 18k, like I said, and I was bang on 33 minutes, exactly what I'd been doing in training. So no surprises there. I was quite happy that I actually hit that time. And there was also a tractor rally on at the same time, which was quite amusing. But they did me a favour, actually, because there was a roundabout just as you come back into town, and the tractors pretty much stopped all the traffic just as I got to that roundabout, which meant that I could go straight on. So they pretty much did me a favour. I didn't have to wait at the roundabout. I just carried on. So that was good. So yeah, happy with the bike.
Yes, Rich.
Into T2. Again, wrapped the bike, helmet off, trainers on, quick drink, and I think that one was 33 seconds. So again, really happy with that time. And then out onto the run.
Rich, well done, buddy.
Well done, Rich. Have a good run.
Well done, buddy.
Well done, Rich. Have a good run. Stay safe.
Richard.
And the run was along the canal, up a bank, onto the main pavement, and then down through into the town, and then you turn left back onto the canal towpath, and it was out and back. You know, you turned a section where there was a marshal, and then came back again. The paving wasn't ever so good. It was like dolomite, really thick, uneven pathway, which wasn't ideal. And I had my Adidas Adizero Pro 3s on, which have got quite a high stack on them. And I didn't really want to go over. I'm not making an excuses. That's why my run was so lousy. But that was part of it. But yeah, my run was lousy. It was 24 minutes and I think 48 seconds. And I think that must be the slowest run I've done in years. Can't explain it. It could be a number of reasons. Main one probably because I haven't been doing a lot of running. But I was surprised at how bad it was. Considering in May when I was up at Darley-Moor and I did the qualification for the duathlon sprint race, I did 20 minutes and change 5k, so that just shows you how much I'd tailed off. But then again, I hadn't been training for anything, so it is what it is. But yeah, I was banking on about 22 minutes, to be honest. And then when it came in at 24 minutes and 40 odd seconds, I was like, oh, that was really bad. But there you go, that's it. So that was the worst part of the race, the run. And it wasn't a bad run. I quite enjoyed the run. It was quite a nice, other than the surface we were running on, it was quite a nice out and back along the canal. And then back through the town, and then over the finish line.
Well, Richard.
So previously, when I'd done this triathlon, it took me, and this is 12 years ago, so I would have been 45, would have been a 45-year-old. And I did it then in an hour and 11. So 12 years later, age 57, I did it in an hour and 7. So as much as I'm disappointed with the run, and only the run, I've got to be pleased with that. 57-year-old, 11 years later, and I'm beating the time that I did when I was 45. Yeah, so you got to put it into perspective. Of where you are in the season as well, which is what I've done. So that was the race, and then we finished. We went for coffee at the local garden centre, and just sort of like picked apart the race a little bit.
So all your transition was included as well.
So this is really funny. We're sat here analysing the race afterwards, and the funniest thing is that this is going to be on my YouTube channel, which Jerry and Michelle watch. They've just told me. I've been trying to tell them about things that we already know. Yeah. We watch a YouTube channel, so I've got 2 watchers, and there they are, Jerry and Michelle.
We are biggest fans.
And obviously Mrs. Caesar, because she's the biggest supporter. So yeah, we're just sat here having a coffee and analysing the triathlon. And I haven't even looked at the times or anything, so I don't know what it is. So we're going to enjoy our coffees, and we're going to see you on the
other side.
See you on the other side.
And me and Jerry talked about bikes. So that was good, enjoyed that. But I'd just like to say a couple of thank yous. Firstly to Mrs. C for her support as ever. She's just a rock, and we support each other in these ventures that we do. So a big thank you for putting up with me over the last few weeks coming up to this. And a massive thank you to Jerry and Michelle, who I found out sit and watch these videos on their telly, which I feel sorry for them really. But a big thank you for them to coming out and taking the time on there Sunday morning to come and support me and Karen on this triathlon. It was much appreciated. And also thank you to Jerry for providing some of the video. In this video, he took some cracking footage of me, and so did Mrs. C as well, and that was much appreciated. So it was great to have some support there, and it was also great to be racing with Karen Hames, who with her and Jerry, and John Armstrong was also racing. They've all been on the podcast. And it was great to have that little community of teammates and people that you know through the podcast and age group be supporting one another. It's really fun when you can go to a race and have that feeling and meet up after. It could be, I'm not sure when I met John and his partner Fee last. It was probably in Portugal, although we do message each other. And I follow him on Instagram. But it's nice to meet up and have a chat and find out how people are and cheer each other on when you're in the race. And Karen did really well. She got first in her age group. So well done to Karen. And John did well as well. I think he came third in his age group. So really good performances from them too. So all in all, a good day. And I'm glad I got it out the way. It's under my belt now, and now I've got to decide what I'm going to do next. So this week I'll be doing nothing because we're away for a few days. We'll be back on Friday. No lycra involved whatsoever. We're just going to go away and have a bit of a break, bit of a city break. And then we'll get back and we'll decide what's next. Potentially it could be the Cannock Chase off-road duathlon at the end of the month. Don't know yet. We shall see. On the podcast front, we've got a new podcast coming out on Wednesday. Today's Monday, and it features cross duathlete for GB, Kirsty Pryor.
And I think that's kind of borne out later on as well. You notice being able to ride a bike, having those bike handling skills, they really help to complement the fitness side. So, there's all sorts of people who are really, really strong on the road or really strong on a non-technical kind of event. But if you put something a little bit more tricky in there, then that's where the bike handling skills come into their own.
And it was great to speak to somebody with a lot of experience in that field, in mountain biking and also cross duathlon. She's been doing it since I think 2010. But great story, great lady to chat to. Really enjoyed it. So listen to that one. That'll be out on Wednesday, like I said. And obviously there's loads of others on there to listen to also. So that is it for videos for now. I'm going to sign off and say thank you for watching this series of training for the triathlon, and then obviously race day. Much appreciated, and we shall see you next time. Hope everything is well in your world, and take care and stay safe, keep training, and love the process.